Introducing mynus, a simple carbon capture tool to fight climate change. The issue is, there's already too much CO2 in the air, even if we were to stop carbon emissions today. So it is no surprise that in April 2022, a report from the UN's IPCC, the Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change, argues that substantial amounts of CO2 removal are necessary to stay below 2 degrees of global warming. In other words, we need to get the CO2 out of the air again. This is where mynus comes in. This is a working prototype of mynus. Mynus applies very basic chemistry. It exposes potassium hydroxide to air. Then the potassium hydroxide reacts with the CO2 in the air to form water and potassium carbonate, better known as potash. If we expose 1 kilogram of potassium hydroxide to air, it binds 400 grams of CO2 and produces 1.2 kilogram of potash. So we get more output than what we put in. And potash is pretty useful stuff too. Potash is mainly used for fertilizer production. Other applications include glass, soap, and food. So how does mynus do the trick? First, we have the input bottle with potassium hydroxide dissolved in water. Please mind that potassium hydroxide can severely irritate and burn the skin and lead to eye damage. Then the potassium hydroxide is sprayed onto a platform and heated by heating foils to accelerate the reaction. Soon the first signs of potash crystallization appear. After 3 hours, it is time to harvest when the potash is pushed into the output bottle. For energy efficiency, mynus is solar powered and runs on just 12 watts per hour. Mynus can be downsized or scaled to any size. It can even fit on your windowsill, and it will look a lot more stylish in future. Let's look at the business case of mynus. The potassium hydroxide input is cheaper than the potash output. Add to that the €1,000 per ton of CO2 removal paid by companies that want to get to net zero. A first calculation shows that you could buy the input at €1 a bottle and get €1.20 credit for each bottle returned to your supermarket's deposit return machine. That's a healthy 20% margin. So we have the benefits of mynus lined up. Protect the planet for profit, with no change of habits needed. Just continue that weekly groceries trip to the supermarket. Be the first to know when mynus hits the market by dropping us an email to bethefirst@mynus.co.